So today we're going to be doing our quarterback rankings. Big thank you for this guy for providing this list. This list is compiled of possible starting quarterbacks week 1. So let's just go ahead and get started. First off, we have Lamar Jackson. I think with Lamar, I'm going to have to put him borderline top 5. I mean, he did just win his second MVP, so, Next up, we have two more back-to-back top 5s, Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. And I do have this in order, by the way. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, then Lamar. Again, Lamar did just win his second MVP, but I think coming into this year, these two will be a bit better. Next up, Deshaun Watson. I'm going to put him in decent because he is decent. He's gonna have a all right team around him this year. It kind of all goes on if he gets injured or if he plays good this year. Next for the Broncos, Jared Stidham. I'm gonna put him in not good because I am not very familiar with him. He might be in bad. I'm just not quite sure. Next is Bo Nix. I'm gonna put him in bad situation because he could be good. It's just the Broncos aren't. So we'll see how he does if he does start. CJ Stroud, I have to put in really good. He just came off an amazing rookie season. I would love to put him in top 5, but I don't think it's time for that yet. I'm going to put Anthony Richardson right above Deshaun Watson in decent. He's very good. It's just injuries have backfired his career a little bit. The Colts will be a very good team, especially if he can stay healthy. Trevor Lawrence, I honestly have to put in decent, just because he's not been doing the best recently. He has a good team around him. It really just depends on him now. Sadly, we all know the answer to this one. Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. Besides one guy. There is one better, but I'll get to that later. Then we have, hey Siri, Raiders roster. Definitely didn't just have to look up what the quarterback's name was. I forgot there for a second again. Aiden O'Connell. I'm going to put him in not good just because he didn't play very much last year, but I don't think he'll be starting anyways, especially with the other quarterback on the roster that we will get to. Although they do not have him on this list. I'd have to assume Gardner Minshew would go over him. Kind of surprised he's not on this list. Very low, decent. Next is Justin Herbert. Saying he's a top 5 quarterback doesn't really sound right, but there's not many that have contests for it. He's a good quarterback. I don't really think he's top 5, but I'd say he's better than CJ Stroud. But that's very debatable. Don't come at me for that. I'm going to put Tua behind CJ just because I think CJ will have the better year. Great rosters, but I think Tua will have a bit of a down year. Not too much, though. Next is Jacoby Brissett. I'm going to put him in bad situation just because I don't think he'll start. Maybe for a little bit in the first game. Job will get taken very quickly, sadly. Next is Drake May. I'm also going to put him at bad situation just because of how terrible the Patriots are. I think the Patriots will be a fine team. I just don't know how good they could really be. He definitely makes them better, especially than Mac Jones, but I don't think they'll be too much better. Next is Aaron Rodgers. At this point in his career, I have to put him in decent just because of his injuries, and he's going to be good, but I don't think he's going to be an elite quarterback. This does start to get a little bit tricky. Russell Wilson, I'm going to put him right behind Deshaun Watson in decent. I think the Steelers will be very good this year, and I do think Russell Wilson will start, so I think decent is a good spot for him. Sadly, Fields is the number 1 quarterback in the worst position. He does deserve to be a starting quarterback, but, he's behind the veteran Russell Wilson. And I do think he will be a lot better learning from Russell Wilson. I will miss Fields, but it's a new era. Then we have Will Levis. I think I'm going to put him in not good and move Stidham down to bad. Will Levis was fine, but he's just not consistent enough. I mean, he has DeAndre Hopkins and Calvin Ridley now. So if he doesn't succeed, he's just not a good quarterback. I do think the Titans will be a bit of a rougher team this year, though, too. I think I'm going to have to put Kirk Cousins in a really good spot here. This is very debatable because he has had awesome receivers during his time in Minnesota and a pretty good team here in Atlanta. But this does set up a bad situation for Michael Penix. He's a very good quarterback, but he's just going to have to be sitting behind Kirk Cousins for at least 2 years. The only time that he might get time is during injury, but that's never assured. I want to be proved wrong here, but I'm going to put Kyler Murray in not good. I do think he is good, but I would love for him to prove me wrong and stay in Arizona with Marvin Harrison. He has a great opportunity, and I think he could do good. But due to recent years, I have to put him in not good. Then there's Bryce Young. I'm debating bad and bad situation, but I think he's in a much better situation, but not really one to succeed. I'm just going to put him in bad. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. Hopefully so. But every time I see Bryce Young, I just think of the fleece from the Bears. Then there's Dak Prescott. I hate to, but I put him in the really good tab. He did good. I have to say that. He did pretty good last year. I mean, he was in MVP conversation. So, yeah. Jared Goff, he's decent. I'm honestly going to put him above Trevor Lawrence here. He has a great situation in Detroit, and he had a pretty okay year last year. He was bad on the interceptions and turnovers. Some bad throws from the games that I watched, but he is still very good. I truly hate Jordan Love, but I'm going to put him right under Jared Goff and right above Trevor Lawrence. Sam Darnold, bad. He just shouldn't be a starting quarterback, really. Really, the only time he was as a top pick as a rookie. Matthew Stafford, decent. I'm going to put him right under Aaron Rodgers there. He'll probably have a pretty alright year, but I don't think he has much longer, really. Here's someone that we will have for a while, but I'm going to put him at the rookie tab because this guy is very unpredictable. I mean, he just won a national championship, but now he's going to the Vikings, who do have a pretty alright team. I just can't predict what this guy's going to do. I'm not going to draft him in fantasy. There's not a way. But who knows? He could be the best or the worst in the NFC North. No. Derek Carr sort of has a bad situation. He's getting paid a lot of money, but not playing great football. He could be a great quarterback, and he has a great roster, but will he be able to live up to the hype? $40 million a year? We'll have to see. Then there's Jalen Hurts. He's a top quarterback, but I'm going to put him at top of decent. He's not really been sparking my interest, especially at the end of last year, that historical fall off of the Eagles. We just don't know what he can do. Will he be good? Will he be bad? Who knows? Daniel Jones, I'm going to put in not good. We just don't know what he's going to do. He got paid a lot of money and just kind of stinks. All right, time for the most overrated quarterback in the league, Anna Fry. I'm going to put him in between Aaron Rodgers and Matthew Stafford. I know that sounds crazy, but it's just, he's just not great. He has a crazy offense. It's just, he isn't the best part of that offense. His tight end, running back, wide receivers, offensive line is. Geno Smith, I'm going to put in decent as well. Maybe a bit over Anthony Richardson. He had a bit of a down year last year, but it wasn't bad. Borderline playoffs for him that year, but I don't think they will this year, honestly. Baker Mayfield is weird. He just got paid a lot of money and played great football last year. I'm going to have to put him in decent as well. They're starting to get a lot. I'm going to put him at the bottom of decent just because I don't know what he's truly capable of. I only saw one season of it. Marcus Mariota, I'm just going to have to put him in not good. He's a good quarterback, but he's getting older and just not being able to be put in a starting spot, really. I just don't know what the rest of his career could really hold for him. Jaden Daniels, I'm going to put him in the rookie slot just because he's another unpredictable rookie. Who knows if he's going to be good? He has a good roster. It's kind of all up to him now. Now, here's that quarterback that's better than Mahomes I was talking about, and that's Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is the best quarterback in the league, and he hasn't even played a snap. Not for real, I'm kidding. But he's not in a bad situation. He's not good, and he's not bad. He is rookie, but he's in a great situation, so I do have to put him up above Geno Smith. I know it seems biased, but come for me. Come on now. The Bears got to be good this year. It's just time for it. The Bears have been bad for way too long, and it's finally time to show up now. This list could be tinkered with a good bit, but, I think it's a pretty good list. Comment below if you think anything's bad or needs to be changed. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.